Oh wait, hold on. Let me get my water bottle. I
Oh,
try to.
he's getting his water bottle. Okay. What? Just
Didn't mean to do that. I
oh,
try to.
okay. All right. Um. Well, geez, hey everybody, we got something new today. Wasn't planning on doing this. Um, just cause I didn't know the One Piece Netflix adaptation came out today. So this is brand new. Very spontaneous stream happening. We are just doing a watch along, but that clearly means we can't show the video and you can't hear the audio of the Netflix adaptation. So because of that, all I can really do for you is provide you a stopwatch, I think, of sorts. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that. I'm trying to get that to work right now. Um, it's not hard. I'm just being stupid. But yeah, we're gonna watch One Piece. Me and Gino. Gino really wanted to watch it with me, and I already watched the pilot, and I gotta say I don't like where this is going. Um, we were talking about it a little bit before I did this. Just because we just can't hold it. We can't hold our opinions. So for me, you want to put some credibility on the table. I am a fairly new. Not even new. I've been watching One Piece for the better part of the year. I'm already at the land of Wano arc. Wano? Is it Wano or Wano? I can't fucking remember. But I'm at that arc, just at the beginning of it, and Gino is post time skip before Fishman Island arc, I believe. So we are both qualified to watch this go down. So yeah, can't show you any video audio when this ends up getting turned into a video. Sometime in the near future, we should be able to put some clips in there and show you what's what. But I feel like this is something important to me and Gino, and I think it's good to put our voice publicly out there, our opinion. So we'll just see how this goes. I'm gonna be playing Tears of the Kingdom, just doing some side quest stuff while I watch this, because it would be really kind of boring to have a blank screen, nothing happening, just my face. Don't want that. But yeah. So when he gets back, I'm still setting up everything. So this is all very encapsulating. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's nice. I have the stopwatch at the ready, as it were. This sucks. I wish I could edit it, but not like show you on the stream. I've been doing this for like 6 years. I still don't know how to do all this. Oh man, I got the pilot episode. The way the show is going, no spoilers yet. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, but there will be spoilers in this. I should put that out there. There will be spoilers in this because we are going to be actively probably repeating what's happening in the show. This is available on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix subscription, go and watch it. If you have other means to watch this show, it's out there. If it's on Netflix, it's out there. Okay, just letting you know that. Let's see. So look, I have the stopwatch at the ready. See that? You don't see that. Wait, no, you don't see that. Sorry. I can't see. Thing is way too small. There. Here's a stopwatch. That should be good. So I will activate that stopwatch when we begin the watching, and then anybody who watches this stream will be able to watch along. We won't be pausing it because that would throw off everything. But we will be actively talking while the show happens. So just keep that in mind when you're doing a watch along. I haven't done one of these kinds of things before, so this is just like my interpretation of how a watch along is supposed to go down. But here, I'm gonna have to like screen share with Gino. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This is like a funky way of doing this. Can I make it pop out? Oh, I can. Oh, it's lovely. I'm sure you can't hear it. I don't want this stream taken down. I don't want to strike up my channel or anything like that. Okay. Oh my god, it's all raring to go. Okay. I'm just gonna be grinding my little. You know what? I'm not gonna finish this sentence. I'm gonna be grinding my ass off. I'm gonna be grinding my ass off in Tears of the Kingdom while we're watching this. I already watched the pilot episode, so there's no need for me to like stare down the eye of the barrel any more than I have to. So I'm just waiting for Gino to get back, and then we're gonna have a fun time with this. We're gonna be watching the pilot episode and episode 2. These are very long episodes, which shows you like the entire trailers that have been going on with One Piece, the Netflix adaptation, 2023, baby. They've been showing you glimpses of like several arcs, like pretty much almost every arc besides Water 7, which is like the last arc of before the time skip, probably. I mean that's not really like spoilers, I guess. Everybody knows about the time skip stuff. There's the pre-time skip and then post-time skip. Those are like big markers of One Piece. Yeah, so they got far. They haven't in the trailers. They haven't showed Frankie or Robin. I don't know how they're gonna manage that, especially Frankie. Frankie's like, I'm not gonna say it, but he'll be hard to do an adaptation of. But if you've seen the trailers and you've seen what Arlong looks like, which we're probably gonna get in episode 2, we'll probably see glimpses of him. Arlong looks bad. Okay, like this whole show just makes you think it's like the Riverdale of anime. Like everybody's almost like a teen and like going through teen angst. It doesn't feel right. It feels like we're getting a very not cool adaptation of these characters. Especially Zoro. Oh my god, I'm kind of disappointed with Zoro. They have the Japanese audio for One Piece available on Netflix, but it doesn't mesh well with the English like lip reading. It doesn't blend well. It kind of saves it a little bit, but if I'm like watching the visuals, and if I have to watch it, I'm looking at the visuals and I can't help but see the mouth and what's going on with that. Oh yeah. Oh, I've been here. I've been here into the Thunderhead Island, as it's called. I've already done the stuff that's in here. There's something main quest about this thing, but I'm not doing it until the next time I stream. So I have to wait for that. Whoops. Let's see. Okay, what do I have to do in this game? I could do some side quests. I need diamonds for that. Do some of these things. This is what I do in my off time. I just look at these side quests. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. And now I get to do some for the stream. A little bit of off-stream grinding. But yeah, Zoro's voice acting. When you, I swear, okay, I'm not trying to be like a fucking I'm not trying to be an American otaku for like, oh, Japanese is better. Oh my god, it's Japanese, like the soy face and everything. I'm not trying to be like that, but when you hear like the voice acting from English to Japanese, Zoro is a very like in both the English dub and the Japanese dub for the anime at least. Zoro is very like deep, and you can hear like his voice like has like a reverb to it. Like he sounds like powerful and stuff. But when it comes to the live action, he's just like, I don't work for you. Like he sounds like that, and he also sounds like he's not he's not pronunciating his voice out there. Like in order to make it seem deeper, he has to be really quiet, and he has to have like that weird sleepy part of his voice, like try to make up for being deep. It doesn't sound good, man. Those voice actors for English and Japanese sound like they went through development like 4 times over, and it just sounds way better. I don't get it. Everybody else, I don't like Luffy's adaptation. I just don't like it. I don't like the writing. I don't like the writing of the show. The writing of the show feels like they're making up different characters this time around. I'm just annoyed by it. I'm annoyed by it. These live action adaptations. And for an anime I just got into, like I just entered the world of this new anime after being like a Dragon Ball fan for so long. Like that Dragon Ball was like the only thing I was into for a long time. And I didn't consider that an anime. I just considered that like a cartoon back in the day. But, you know, as I started watching anime, well, like 2017, back in 2017, I started like, okay, you know what? It is an anime, and I'm starting to appreciate more of like the aspects that's going on here. Because all I did was watch the English dub of Dragon Ball. It didn't feel like an anime to me. Dragon Ball didn't feel like an anime because it was so much more like westernized before I started watching like the Japanese versions of it and stuff. It just seems like the Western American dub of it is just like that fits perfectly. I think. I'm an English dub Dragon Ball fan. Japanese is not bad, but you get more power from the English dub. Power. All right, Gino. I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh man, I'm nervous.
Ooh man.
Ooh man.
Ooh.
My boy.
Just join the Discord live.
I it's funny because it's like I remember. I don't know if I told you when
You
I
didn't.
first started watching One Piece, and I know that it was just like everybody said, like, oh man, like, are you gonna be able to, you're never gonna catch up or whatever. So, and it's like it's amazing how far I've come. And I remember then it's like you kind of caught wind, and then you were just like you were gonna. I mean, not sure of like your conviction level if it was like the same conviction as me, but it was like definitely going into it. I never thought this would be a thing, and whether or not you've already like said this already, but very very cautious about this, very very cautious. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if it's freaking 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, talk about trying to make up some ground here. Dang, it's been so long since I've like been to like episode 1 through 10. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, some of my memory is kind of hazy. Like when I was watching it, I felt like I was being gaslit. It's like that's not what happened. Is that what happened? But it has been so long. It's like I can't really definitively say that didn't happen. But now I kind of feel more comfortable saying that no, that didn't happen because I think
I know
they are writing it their own way.
like I'm sure they're probably having to take like some liberties with it, especially because like I almost feel like maybe what they'll do with this show is that it'll be like one pace instead of one piece, and they
Hmm.
take out a lot of the other filler things. And I do remember, I probably not everything specifically, but there is a lot that I remember from like say like episode like I don't know 1 through 20, because it's like that's how everything starts. It's like the first couple episodes of like Dragon Ball Z. It's like him, Goku going ahead and being like oh my gosh, like I'm I turned into an ape, or I used to have a tail, recognize it's like you remember that, maybe not all the specifics.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure when you get to watching it, it's like I'm sure you're gonna actually realize how much you remember too. But it'll be interesting. I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh.
Oh, geez, Rick. All right. Damn, it's gonna be hard to like press the stopwatch and press the thing at the same time. So, uh, you have it ready, right? Like
What?
you're tuned in. Like you can see this my screen and everything.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
All right, let's get it going, Gino. In 3, 2, 1.
One.
We go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we can get captions on this, so
Nah,
I'm not gonna be pausing it at the entire time. So whenever you want to say something, just go ahead and say it.
man, I know the actor who's doing the voice right now.
You do?
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
Oh. You know, one thing I don't like about this is that like when it's Japanese, it feels like a regular Japanese man. Like I know they come from different prefectures with different connotations and dialect, but these guys always sound like they're Pirates of the Caribbean or they're British.
I mean, the guy who's literally doing the narration, he was actually in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
They
Oh my
always make them
God,
sound like pirates. Like
yeah. Oh, they definitely exaggerate like the what is it, the accents of it.
yeah,
Dang, freaking Logtown. Oh my gosh.
yeah. That's Gold Roger.
Peace shall be restored.
Restored. Oh man. Oh, that stopwatch wasn't working. I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, it stopped again. My balls are itching. You know what that is?
No way. Is that?
Probably is who you're thinking about. I guess the costume and makeup are so good.
Gosh. Oh, is he gonna say it?
Power. You see the people in the crowd?
Yeah.
Now I don't think that's word for word what he said, but it's like a different way of saying it.
Oh shoot.
I like that realistic guy that was in the crowd.
Dang, they actually.
A regular fat guy just in the crowd.
You like, man. I didn't think that they would like show him actually going ahead and like
But
dying and everything.
you know what? That's why I'm saying like you don't learn these things until post time skip. But I'm fairly certain you don't see those guys. You don't know that those guys are in Logtown during this until later in the series.
Freaking Gold Roger.
Like you saw Shanks and you saw Mihawk, but I don't think you saw them there before.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure they weren't there before.
see, I don't.
I just found that out like in a recent episode that I watched, and I'm like in Land of Wano.
Wow.
So I'm really far.
See, here's the thing though, is that like I don't know how many episodes you have to like get into to end up like maybe they do another flashback in a different episode that actually shows like all the people there. Oh my gosh.
It's so weird because they do put like subtext into. That's why I say like I don't know if I remember it well, episode 1 through 10. I'm pretty sure they didn't show how he ended up in the barrel.
Uh,
But I think they did show
no,
this shot.
No, I think they did. I think they did show, but I don't remember.
It's been so long.
I don't remember.
I did see a screenshot of somebody showing that Luffy was talking to like a seagull. I was like, oh, okay, maybe. They even made the seagull look correct. The messenger like bird.
Freaking love it.
Oh yeah, he also has the strap on his straw hat.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that until he meets Nami. So they just
Like
like
it's
they didn't want to like whatever. It's gonna be falling all the time. Just give it to him.
I was like, they have to and see that that's a liberty where it's just like, all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you're gonna do, it's fine. We've already seen the trailer, so it's like it's okay to say this, but it's just like there's no reason there. You can't give an actual excuse to why Arlong looks the way that he does.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh shoot. Oh, but go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just gonna rag on Arlong, so it's not important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
freaking ridiculous.
I'm just checking to make sure the audio isn't playing on stream. It's not. Okay. Alvida? Are you laughing at Alvida? That's not bad. I think it's a pretty good cast.
Oh my god.
I think she
I
looks
thought
worse in the anime, so.
I was gonna say I thought they were gonna make her. I thought they were gonna be like completely exaggerated with it. It's like they actually kind of did her a favor.
Yeah, right? It's like she was huge. She was like a wide load.
I was not even a wide load. She was a whale with a W.
They made her look more like, oh yeah, clearly she's a pirate that's been on the seas. Like she looks a lot more toughened.
That's been peeing on the seas.
She's been peeing on the seas. Oh, he's up there.
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 He doesn't like you.
Dang. Ah,
Yeah. Obey.
wow. Shoot.
Looks good, right?
I I feel like I'm only surprised because it's like if you look back in these episodes when it comes to One Piece, they don't actually like show blood until I want to say like probably like episode like and mind you, I'm sure somebody might correct me on this, but I was gonna say like maybe episode like 100, 150.
Damn it.
Like there are very few times when like in the actual anime they will show blood. So it's surprising that like from the very beginning here they're just going at it.
Well, the first episode of Land of Wano, like that was very surprising to me to see blood and stuff. Like that it's you're right about that. I really feel like they do like the Star Wars thing where they just like cauterize the wound immediately.
Not even like I mean if you look into like earlier episodes, it's just like they make it look like dirt. Is what they do. They make it look like dirt. So it's just like I'm surprised that they're actually like taking that extra liberty to be like, oh, it's gonna be blood or something like that. It's like
Blood.
grr, and like my gosh.
Grr. Right.
It's been so long since I've seen this.
We have to get used to like everybody not being friends and stuff.
Especially knowing where they are now.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, they did go through hardships, didn't they?
Like, man.
Damn it, I missed it.
Cause like both me and you know where like but both me and you know where they are now, like how far they've come.
Yeah.
So it's like
Their
it's crazy
arcs.
it's like crazy to see them look the way that they do now, or like I don't know, be mad at something or whatever.
To have like their like flawed morals and views of the world and stuff.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
Look at them. That guy's really good. I don't remember their names at all. Of Shank's crew.
Uh, yeah, I don't really remember.
That's why I
either.
tell you, like, it's not even so much as like casting. It's more like the wardrobe. Like that clothes make the man, you know.
Oh, wardrobe's huge. Oh my god.
I think that's a pretty good cast for Shanks too. The way he always looks like disgruntled and stuff.
I was gonna say, I was just like,
The 9 o'clock beard, 5 o'clock shadow.
just if I'm like trying to look at like all of his crew, and it's just so. Oh shoot!
That was weird. They made him stab like straight into his face instead of like cutting it sideways.
Yeah, yeah. Like somehow he's just like automatically fine or whatever. Like, dang.
A loyal crew.
Look at my racing.
A loyal crew is an absolute dream.
The loyal crew is an absolute dream.
A One Piece. Oh, wow.
Man, I really wish they exaggerated Alvida.
Oh God.
Oh.
My bad.
What happened?
No, I'm just the game I'm playing.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
You know,
Oh my god.
this is another thing that I don't like about with the live action stuff is that the set pieces are not gonna look like the anime. Like everything looks dark. But that's just real life. But at the same time, I mean, Luffy can stretch his arms, whatever.
Like, oh my god. This is funny.
Yeah, this is what's gonna happen a lot in the show. You're either gonna get like dark like this, or you're gonna get yellow because of the sun.
And I know I've already like experienced that with a different show where it's like there are different ways that showing when it's dark. Like it doesn't have to be pitch black and then
Yeah.
illuminated. Like I've seen people do where it's just like a dark blue, and like that still gives like a good enough light where it's like, you know, it's nighttime. They say it's nighttime, but I can see and everything. I can see what's going on. I can see what's happening.
Well, see, they said sea cow, so you can't get on us for calling it a whale.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how they see her too.
No, not the workers though.
Not the workers though.
Oh my god.
Hey, what'd you think of that? Oh, here it comes.
I'm waiting. Actually, you know what? I just realized why they made night look the way that it does. If you make it dark like that, it makes it so much easier to hide this like CGI like special effects.
That's true.
Like it's like that's literally why they did that. They made it so much darker and then illuminated by like fire or like candles or something, because then they can hide the special
CGI
effects.
You know,
Yeah.
I thought that scene was weird. She tried to smash his head in, but what, the straw hat didn't break?
The hat's not part of him.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing a good work of the way they're making the camera, so that way the CG is more seamless.
The CG's fine, yeah.
It did get better. It got a lot better.
I if you really ask me, it's like I don't really like how they're making it seem like the hat is part of his body, so that's why it's not destroyed. But I'll give it a pass just for the sake of them just trying to do the.
I don't even think they were thinking it that far. I think they just fucked up.
Eh.
They just completely forgot. It's like, oh wait, why isn't the hat smashed?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I'll let other people go ahead and hark on that and like get them to change that later on because we've seen the hat damaged and like he repairs it.
This is new. Look what they do here, Gino.
I'm like I was already confused as soon as this scene started. I had no idea what's going on.
Because we're not even supposed to see Zoro by this point.
Oh, the heck! Huh?
I really don't like his voice acting. I do not
Oh my
remember him
god!
being this quippy.
What the heck?
Then again, I do know post-arc Zoro a lot more. Maybe he was this like egotistical in the beginning. I think he was, and then he got humbled, but I don't think he was this quippy.
Why do you like? First off, what's up with the voice? And why are you adding this in to like the very first episode?
Yeah, this wasn't here before, right?
Like this shows up eventually. We see it eventually, but like it's a flashback.
Mr. Seven. His choreography is really good, though.
Wow, they really go like
Yeah, he was totally dismantled.
like I don't know how much I like that.
The most I think they ever went is just showing like blood spurts coming out, right? I don't think they ever showed somebody like getting fully decapitated like that.
Not even. The most they show is just like red on the body. I'm what? I'm more than halfway. Even though I'm not fully caught up yet, I've never seen them actually show like blood spurts. It's always just red on the body. And they never show I don't know of a scene or a part where they showed decapitation. So that's like I don't know how much and that's like a creative liberty that they're taking where they're being more upfront with the violence of it. But I don't know how much I like that. Like
At least for
One Piece
Zoro's
is
part.
I mean, One Piece has been around for so long, they haven't really had to get too nitty-gritty with it. That's why like people have been able to grow up with the show.
Also, this is how he finds the fruit.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say, the anime showed us how Luffy got the fruit like more than like 5 times, I think, throughout the whole show.
Wait,
So I know this wasn't right. This is how I know that they were going a different direction.
Why are they having this be how he finds the fruit? How did he see that one? how do you pick that out?
They keep that scene where like you'll see it later. but they keep that scene, but they somehow change the way Luffy finds the fruit. I don't understand why they did that. And those things are supposed to taste terrible. So why the hell is he even eating it out of his own volition?
You literally only take one bite, or you swallow it whole. One or the other. That's all I've seen. I've never seen someone take that long to go ahead and get through it.
Look, see, they're about to play the scene right now.
Yeah, I remember this.
It's just weird. Why change certain things if they're going to be the exact same events? Why change the order of it? That's not new if you do that. Glass everywhere. This bugs me so much.
What?
The whole reason he ate the fruit was because he got upset at how they reacted to the pirates. Or to those mountain bandits.
What is happening here?
It's that same scene where like they spilled alcohol and they're just kind of like... They're being dicks.
And I'm just trying to realize that this kid in no way, shape, or form looks like he would grow up to be the like teen Luffy that we see. I like the goggles.
Hey, Rhodey. I don't want to dunk on kids or anything, but I mean, child actors, am I right?
I I wasn't sure if you were gonna say anything. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I was just like, that was probably like the worst like trip/fall I've ever seen.
He's so British. That sounds British. Counting up, Rhodey. Just the pilot episode. It's just the pilot episode. Could get better.
Help me, Mario.
The thing with Luffy's character is that he's always like naively selfish. Everything that he does, he usually does because he wants to do it on his own like call. But he's always there for his friends and stuff. It's just weird the way they play him here. It's almost like he has like he does things in like a comedic timing. It's so weird. Whereas before it's like it's just genuine. It's off the cuff.
See, you know what I think you're missing, Mario, is the fact that he's in the moment here.
Yeah.
Luffy is always like not self-conscious, but like very much like self-indulgent. Like he cares about like one thing and he's like hyper fixated on that one thing. And then he's like, and then there is that incredible naiveness, but it's like
it's like the times when he needs to get serious, he'll be serious, but otherwise he's just like he's like a selfish brat.
The times when he needs to be serious is when there's like a fight. If there's no fight going on, then he rarely is he serious.
Yeah. The other times he is serious is when like the only thing I could think about is like when he's trying to talk to like I don't know like Vivi or Nami and he's trying to be like I'm your friend. Why aren't you letting me help you? I'm your friend. But it's also that's still selfish because at that point he's only thinking about that he wants to help and not what they want. But
I mean,
like everybody accepts that of him because they like to they like having somebody that wants to help them so much. Like they never had that before. That's why Luffy is such a good character for them because they're always the ones that never had somebody to fall back on.
yeah,
But that's why Luffy is their captain.
yeah.
Joaquin. I do remember that. That was correct. Yeah, Rudy. Life plays out a reaction.
Dang.
The only thing I'm wondering about Nami is that if this Nami is gonna have the same like over the top reactions to like Luffy's shenanigans and shit.
Like, be it like oh, you didn't do this, especially when there's a bunch of money involved, and then like screaming like you idiot, and then like
Yeah, and
freaking
slapping the shit
punching.
out of him. That's what I wonder.
Oh, well now.
You just started.
Give it some time, man.
Where's my face? People should know me.
Where's my brother's face? Hey.
That's such a weird line. I don't even understand like why Luffy would even think that he would have a wanted poster. He hasn't done anything.
But see, that's also him, where it's just like he's definitely about like him and everything. You should already know about me or whatever.
Is he? I don't know. I feel like it's more of like he wants to put his name out there. But he just hasn't yet. And I think he's aware that he hasn't yet. I don't know why he would say like, "Where's my face?"
Like I don't even think he even said that in like the first couple episodes where he was like all about like where I am. He definitely like was saying like oh like I can't wait to be up there. Like he's
Yeah,
definitely said that.
that should be
I
his reaction.
I can't wait to be up there, and what else? Like I'm gonna be king of the pirates and all the other stuff, but
Oh, so Gino, did Zoro have a bag with him when we first met him?
I don't remember. It's been so long since the first episode.
Because I'm pretty sure they didn't show.
You have
They didn't
you
show
have
that
no
scene where he fought Mr. Seven, but they did. I
you
think
have
he definitely had a bag with him.
you have no uh uh what is it? You have no idea that he fought number 7. Not until they do the flashback.
Huh.
Like they don't even show it.
I really don't like his voice acting. It's to make up for the fact that he doesn't have like that powerful reverberation in his voice.
But here we go.
But that guy's good.
Zoro's voice isn't deep enough.
You drop my food.
He sounds tired, or he sounds
Yeah, it's like a sleepy voice. It's to make up for the fact that he can't have that powerful, like, normal sounding voice. It's like what they did with Mufasa, with in the new Lion King.
Oh man, I didn't even see it.
I really gotta watch the first 10 episodes.
I feel like it would take me aback just because of the like how it looks, the
The
quality.
fight choreography is pretty good. They
Oh my
Zoros.
god. Kobe finger gets on the table.
Yeah.
I I don't remember them being in the same bar though.
Um, I think she was there. If not, then it's like plausible. Because she does sneak into the base, so maybe if this wasn't explained, then that's a good explanation why she was there.
Eh.
Come on, dude.
God, I forgot about him.
Captain Axehand Morgan.
Captain Axpoo Morgan.
This is another guy where they just got a regular dude. Like, you remember how giant he was, right?
This guy that literally like you should have put this guy on like stilts, but then had his like bottom half look like it's so buff. Like this
Yeah,
guy, this guy should be like nearly like 8 to 10 feet tall.
he should. You know, the other thing
Like
too
that.
is that I just remembered. I think like he had like his elbows like jutting out like 2 feet from his body, from his arm in like
Like
the anime. But they don't do anything with that. They just put an axe hand glove on him.
like this is the whole thing where it's just like I know you can do a lot of stuff because of all these like movies that come out where it's like sci-fi and everything. Like it's Netflix. Like I'm sorry, but it's like you have like all the money in the world.
Hmm.
But literally, how much would it really cost to go ahead and make this guy like 8 to 10 feet tall, make his bottom half look a little bit buff, maybe like his top half too. Arlong look bigger, more adult. Honestly, just recast Arlong, and then like even if you have Alvita be like look a little bit fatter or something like that.
They couldn't get one like strongman in this adaptation. For the yard.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like you need it.
So it sounds like you took
I could catch up on my sleep.
Sounds like you took a sleeping gummy already.
You were talking about it earlier, like how you said like they had to take some liberties to like for their own adaptation and everything. The problem with that is that there are a lot of things that play up the characters that bounce off them to make them a better character and flesh them out. But if they're just gonna be shortcutting some of these things, like why? Like that thing where she made those whatever rice balls for him. That doesn't happen until he's in the yard, and she sneaks in the yard to give him food. And the reason why he goes to the yard is because the Helpeto, I don't remember his name. Helmepo, he bullies the family. So Zoro stands up for the family. So the fact that he's like Helmepo just goes in there already starts shit with Zoro directly, that's weird.
Like this is the
Because
thing
like it
that
fleshes Zoro out as like a guy that like he's this ruthless bounty hunter, but he still has a heart.
like that like it really is the problem, which is why like from the beginning it's like I always have reservations on like when you do stuff like this and you make these adaptations because in reality you honestly had no reason to change any of these scenes. And that's like the thing that I've never really understood. If you make an adaptation of something, what is the reason that you go ahead and you change? I mean, like the entire writing, like direction, the like how the set should look, the outfits, costumes, all that, makeup, all that is made for you. You know how many episodes of One Piece there are? All that is made for you. The only thing you have to do is act it out, and yeah, maybe if you have to cut out a couple lines here or there, that is where your liberties should be. So you changing, like, are you like skipping ahead or something like that? Which is like that's like the other thing too, is that like I don't know, like how especially like in like the one of the teasers we saw where it was like supposedly they were already at Skypiea. It's like you're moving so fast. What is the
Yeah.
need for you to move so fast? And like already we're moving so fast. You're changing it to where it's just like it's not that it's like a bad, like technically speaking, if I had never seen One Piece, it's not that it's a bad change. What the issue is that why was there need for the change in the first place?
Yeah. It's so weird. They're taking different paths to get to the same goal, but it's like they're forgetting that like the path they took kind of lines up with that goal to give the outcome that was desired.
Like I don't get it.
And, like they keep these iconic shots of the show. Like I'm pretty sure this like one meeting of Luffy and Zoro has like millions of views on YouTube.
I'm even sure that there's probably some people who have literally played back the original episode and like had it like side side by side with this.
Yeah.
And like too, I wouldn't be like I wouldn't keep like harking on like the guy, but like if you don't have that kind of like, raspiness, if you don't have that really deep tone of Zoro, then how about just do whatever your voice is normally. There's no reason to try.
Yeah, because if you're doing this kind of like talking like as if I have a deep voice, like it kind of you don't get the same acting you would if you just use your regular voice.
Like it like I feel like and maybe that's like a bad thing to say is like, oh like the whole like try or whatever, but it's like the problem that I have with it though is that if you end up like you're like trying too hard with it, like you fail, it's going to be so much easier for you to fail miserably because you're paying too much attention to it and then it becomes distracting.
Also, are you hearing what's happening right now?
What?
Luffy's freeing him because uh he thinks it's better that he's free rather than trapped in the yard.
What? Huh? Why?
Uh,
What? That's
they,
not even.
they changed the reason why he like kind of goes there in the first place. Now it's more like, oh, I can live with without you, Zoro. You want to join my crew? No way, I'm joining the crew. All right. Well,
Did he didn't actually say that.
he
Are you
denied he
serious?
did denied him, but yeah, he's like, I he even Zoro acknowledged he's like, I'm not gonna join your crew even if you let me go. He's like, I know, but I think it's just better that you're better if you're out there than in here. But I'm pretty sure Luffy was just like, you're gonna join my crew, and Zoro was like, I'm not gonna join your crew. What are you talking about? And he starts freeing him. And he's like, don't think that this is me joining your crew or something like that. And Luffy just straight up ignore him. You know, it's that kind of Luffy's like that kind of annoying guy. It's like, I'm just gonna get him the way I want, but it's like charming because he's not being an ass about it, or he's not being smug about it. But yeah, he just, I don't know. I was trying to remember what was Nami's like combat skill level, but she did have her own stick, so
She had one stick and that was it.
yeah, so she did know how to fight.
That was you definitely like saw that like before.
I don't think they highlighted it as much, but yeah.
No, they didn't. But they're trying to do like this is the other thing. They're trying to create their own filler content.
Yeah,
Because
it's
for
weird.
some like I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Why it's like why do you feel that it's like even though you have all of this content from like how long it's already been in um how long it's been going on, how long the show's been going on, why do you feel like it's a bad thing if you like stick to everything that's already been done? Why do you have to feel like you're forced to stray away?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. What was the reason you feel like, oh, we can't do that because they already did it in the show. You know how long ago the very first episode of One Piece is? Also, do you really think it's a bad thing if you just have it be like just the live action version of the entire episode? Why do you think that's a bad thing? That I will never understand that. I
They
will
could have
never
made that
get.
better.
They could have made it really better.
Just
I
like maybe like
honestly,
a cookie cutter version. Um,
like
but
you're definitely gonna have to skip some corners, but still.
because it's weird. It's like they made this live action for the people who know the show because like they cut things out like like the reason Luffy even has those straps on his straw hat. Like they just added in, so now that's not going to be a scene later.
They know of the show.
So it's like, but you're expected to know that.
It's like they know of the show, but they just
Oh,
they just never watched One Piece before. I
also,
just
look, they're gonna do this. If they're gonna do this scene, they better add some female fan service as well. Let's not be hypocrites. But it's Netflix, so they might not.
what do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? You just saw that?
Oh, because he's naked?
Yeah, they just showed his bare ass.
What the heck? Wait, was he doing this in the episode?
I think he was caught while he was in the shower or something. But Luffy was the one to find him, remember? At this point, Zoro should still be strapped up in the yard. Luffy was the one that got Zoro's swords for him.
It just doesn't make sense to me because it's like once again I don't understand. Why are you straying from the original content? Why do you feel the need that you can't do what has already been like done in the episode? Why do you feel like, oh, we can't do that? We can't be exactly like
To
the
me,
episode. Why can't?
to me as a YouTuber, it makes me feel like, oh, I don't want to like just trace over basically what the original content was. So that's I do have to change it a little bit in order to make it like original. But it's an adaptation. It's not supposed to be original. This whole concept is not original. You're using IPs that are already known already, yet you're writing them as if they're your own characters.
Like that's that's kind of the thing that I like that gets me confused is that like I can understand like as a like that's how you can understand it because of a YouTuber, but at the same time it's like it's exactly what you said, Mario. This isn't original content.
Huh.
So once again, I ask the question: why do you feel like you have to stray away from what has already been done in the episode? Because otherwise, you're just really gonna you're gonna make everything more confusing.
Well, I was talking about this with somebody on Discord, and they were saying how like they put up it was like a point. And it's like, well, wouldn't you be bored just like kind of watching the same thing but in live action? Like, yeah, probably because I would know like what's coming up, and I could probably just skip episodes to get to the point that I want to get to.
Oh, that you want to see in real life.
Yeah. So, but at that point, it's like, then why don't you just make your own story? Like,
Honestly, yeah, like why even use
I'm a fan of the thing, so it's like, are you just nostalgia baiting me? Is that what's going on here?
there's also the fact too where it's like you get how you have to think about it because this is what it all is about at the end of the day. It's all about money.
I mean,
They
yeah.
get money just by you watching it in general. So even if you're just like skipping ahead to like the scenes that you want to see, they're still getting money because guess how many because it's how many people have decided to go ahead and click on it. So once again, what is really the big issue here? What is going on? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get their art direction in this.
It's very
Every time I watch something, I'm always thinking of like, who is this made for? Like, what is this audience supposed to be suited for? I feel like it's just made for me to. It's like made for me to nitpick it.
it's made for me to be upset with it actually. Because then
I
it
don't want
becomes
to be, but at the same time, like live actors do not have a good track record.
oh that's not like my immediate reaction that I want to have either. It's just
Yeah.
when like I'll call you out if you're being dumb.
Hey, he got fooled too. Oh, jeez.
Of it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting like different kinds of tension now. Before it was just like Luffy getting caught, or like they were putting up that like statue of Captain Axe and Morgan, and Luffy like messed it up. But you're hoping he didn't because he's just a big doof. But now the tension is that they're trying to steal something without trying to get caught. I don't know. It feels too on the nose for me. I wonder. I just thought of it now because this is my second time watching it. I wonder if they cut away from Luffy because they don't want to do more of the CGI.
Like the
He's just doing regular attacks.
like you they know like how much money it's gonna cost. So anytime
He cuts away from him again.
anytime that they can cut away, or anytime that like a navy person's body can be in front of the camera, so it's like like he did it. It's just that there was somebody in the way, so you could see.
Yeah, like right there, like when he did that uppercut, like it was almost like off screen, so you have to believe that the arms just stretched out off screen.
And then when he like threw the navy soldier, it was in front of the camera, and then he punched him. You knew his arm was stretched out because you saw him doing the action, but
Yeah.
you didn't actually see it. Like if you watch Luffy in the background, you can see that he's doing the actions, but it's only like the after bit of it when he's already retracted himself.
Yeah. Can't even say this is supposed to be made for kids. It's definitely not made for kids.
It's not made for kids. You
They just
literally
sawed the
show-
guy in half.
I was gonna say it's like you
Yeah.
literally showing a bunch of blood, and you saw somebody literally get dismembered. Like that. That's the whole part that I don't understand, because it's like, why would you? It's supposed to be meant for kids. You never saw One Piece. One Piece didn't really do blood, right? The worst, like they didn't do it until like so many episodes later, once they knew that their fan base had already grown up a bit.
Yeah, it's meant to be for us and people in their 30s. That's why I asked, like, who is this made for? Definitely not made for kids. I can nitpick all I want because that's what jaded 20, 30-year-olds do. He's so weird when he's smaller. That scene weirds me out. Zora clearly told him to like back off, and Luffy just went ahead anyways. Luffy has a fighting background. Why would he do that? That must be a pain he has to do.
The other thing about, I don't know if you thought of this yet, Mario. The other thing about it being live action, unless they do a voiceover, and then like he has to like do it, but Zoro usually talks even though he's got the third sword.
Yeah, and you know,
And
because what would you say?
Oh, well, I was gonna say, I was just like, he can't do that because it's live action.
Well, yeah, the thing is with the English dub, since you watched the English dub and I watched that English like sub. Yeah. I didn't know it until I started watching the dub again from the beginning, like a little bit while ago. But the voice actor for Zoro actually does like muzzle his voice a little bit when he has a sword in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the sub he doesn't do that. He talks like normal.
I didn't know that. But
then the other one, he's like, oh, like he sounds like that.
Oh.
So I wonder if this one's going to do that too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can do that very easily. What do? You like do a voiceover for him, and then like you just have the actor like try and mouth the best he can with the third sword in, and then like you put the audio over it. It's like I'm not even someone who was part of the production crew for this show, and I already know how they could best do that.
So yeah, Zoro's the reason why he has that hair. He had that hair, right? He just had that hair.
He had longer hair.
Well, no, in this adaptation he did, but like in the
other one he had long hair too.
He did?
Oh no!
Right? I thought that added to his character because of how doofy he looked, and how annoying he was.
In the original, he actually had like that short hair, which is what he had like here, and then like later when you see him, then he has long hair.
Yeah. It's a weird thing that they just like, all right, now that's the reason why he has it. See what I mean? It's like it's the laziest. Like this was actually my artistic vision kind of change.
Your artistic vision literally feels like you were constipated on the toilet, and the Netflix people were asking you for a script, and you were like, "Man, I gotta, get this thing going.
It feels like they went to Oda just to give him like this is what we actually did. Like this is the change that we made. And like, can you please put it in your fucking fridge? So stupid. They're like begging for his attention. So fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I hate these stupid illusions. I didn't want to look at it like that, but now that I see that, now that I think about it, yeah, that does feel like lazy ass. Like this was actually my adaptation for it.
Oh
Those
my
snails look cool though.
The snail.
That looks cool. It doesn't even look CGI. It actually kind of looks practical.
Dang, that was Garp in the beginning.
Yeah, you saw his pirate ship.
Oh my gosh, I don't even think he was supposed to be there though.
But I think later in the story you find out he was there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and because we're just not there yet.
Yeah, so it's like, why would they do that with you? Why would they kind of like spoil what's coming ahead?
Yeah.
God damn, this is hard.
That freaking snail though. Are they? Is it still gonna be there? It's still gonna be there.
It kind of looks practical. Maybe the eyes movement isn't, but like the whole thing kind of looks practical.
I hope they
like a FNAF animatronic, like in the new movie.
Oh yeah. I hope they do it just like in the show where it's like how the person looks on the other end with their expressions is how the snail looks.
Yeah. I don't know if they would go that far with that. Who's that supposed to be?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to, especially if they made the snails animatronics.
That was a guy with a sword. I can't remember who that is.
The heck is this? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, I literally hope he when like he's like screaming and everything, you still get that like high pitched scratchiness.
I don't know how he sounds in the English dub. I don't think I ever got that far to see how he sounds like. But in the Japanese dub, like he has like a very screechy sound to him. Like
because that's how that's how he is in the. I mean, because I've done like only done the dub, so it's like that's how I've seen him. But
that was episode 1. We just finished episode 1. This one should be like maybe 50 minutes, I think.
They literally like.
I don't know what to think of that. You know what? I do know. I do know what I'm thinking about that. It's like I hold true to like that. The weird changes they make to the script is like their way of making like their adaptation special. But it feels so stupid because they make the smallest changes. It actually would have been ballsy if they went like more over the top and be like, oh yeah, we're changing this whole thing over. Like you're not even getting the same thing. No, it all leads to the same path.
So, like you're going like incredibly like different.
You're being like very safe with the changes you make.
Yeah.
It's just enough to be like, oh, that's noticeable. They changed the way that happens. Okay. Don't know why they did that, but okay. I don't know.
Oh man.
Piss.
There's a reason. There's a literal reason why I'm always cautious. Because you know, I personally feel like there's a difference from not having any expectations or expecting like both like, you know, something good and then the disappointment, because you know on the one aspect of it, it's like, oh wow, you're actually like you're thinking about how you're gonna have it be if it ends up being bad. It's like, why would you want to wish that? Why would you want to put that thought into the world or whatever? But you just being cautious about it, hoping it's gonna be good, is more of a reasonable take. And after seeing that one episode, it's like I
Now, how
I
do you think that the rest of the show is gonna go? What do you?
well
What?
and so here's the thing. If I had to make a guess, and this is exactly how I felt with Mike with us for the Rings of Power, but like you have to literally, if from this point forward, I'll continue watching. The thing is, the reason why I'm continuing watching is not because I enjoy it. It's not because I like it. The reason why is because I'm watching to be redeemed. I'm trying to find a redeeming factor.
Oh,
I'm hoping that it gets better.
you're in the low cost fallacy thing. We're almost like a
Exactly.
gambling addict. It's kind of like that, right?
You've already so the first episode, it's like, I'm hoping for something really good. I'm hoping for that best and everything like that. And it turns out that you kind of failed me. It kind of really got really bad. It got really terrible. It got a little stupid. So now, through the rest of this, you have to convince me. You have to give me a redeeming factor of it. And you have to make it worth my while. Which is exactly how, like, I mean, it took a couple episodes for Rings of Power, but eventually got there. So this is the same thing. It's like, I mean, I'm a huge fan of One Piece, so it's like I'm also kind of watching because it's like I still want to see how they're gonna do some things, but yeah,
Man, now you understand why like the people I watch, like that's kind of like a lot, like almost like maybe 40% of people I watch now. It's almost like I've sunk so much investment into you. Now I just have to kind of watch everything you do, and hoping is like you'll be great once again.
like like there's that hope that you do that. There's that hope that it gets better. I right now, if you just ask me for, it's like, oh, like what did I just think of this episode by itself, standalone? It did not measure up. Like, could it have been worse? I'm sure it could have. It wasn't totally garbage. I'll say that. I'll give them some credit.
Sure,
Like,
yeah, and we were pointing out some good stuff, that was
yeah,
happening in the thing.
It's not complete garbage. It's not completely thrown away. And that's why I say that's the reason why I was choosing my words and saying that you have to give me something to make it worth my while, because it wasn't, this episode alone wasn't terrible, but there's a lot of stuff that I feel like you could have done a thing or two. There's a one or two sort of thing in there.
The old 1-2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so as far as I know, I think we're supposed to meet. You know what? No, I think they do a end of episode trailer thing, but I think it's for the whole season. I don't think it's for the next episode. So I actually don't know what's gonna happen next episode. Well,
I didn't even know they did that. Holy cow.
I skipped it because like they go through like 8 minutes of credits first.
Yeah, like you have to, yeah. Not to mention too is like sometimes you want to be excited about it.
But like I think it's because of the pilot episode. They're like, oh, all 8 episodes are now on Netflix right now, so go watch it. So I don't want to watch that. I don't want you to see that just because you'll probably get too many in-depth looks on like what's left to come.
Exactly, yeah. Which oftentimes, I mean, I'll be honest, even with just when it comes to the regular shows themselves, it's like sometimes I don't even bother to watch it because of that very reason. I don't want to be spoiled. I want to be excited for what comes next. So I'm just like, all right, I'm not even gonna watch it. Just go to the next episode.
Are we ready for the next episode?
I'm
What can I hit?
You know what?
Not about how you're feeling, but can I hit the play button? Like, is that?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I
I don't think none of us could be ready, really.
Yeah. I was about to say I was gonna I was actually gonna answer your question with the question. Be just like, are you ready?
I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Uh, Mara,
What?
oh my god, I don't, man, I'll actually almost be scared if they do this though. Um, do you know what I'm gonna say, Mario?
I'm I'm not sure where you're going with this. What are you talking about?
Oh, um, so I don't know because now we're getting further in like the first 8 episodes, and I definitely know about like 1 and 2, but they kind of try to scoop up all of like I think 1 and 2, and maybe a little bit of 3 into just like the first episode. Um, but with them doing it weird with the flashbacks and everything of like they want to like literally make everything uh, uh in order. Like you usually sometimes we see these events later on in like in the next couple episodes, just like the one with Zoro, and instead we got it in the very first episode.
Yeah.
But I don't. But I think they're trying to do everything all together, which makes me think like, oh my gosh, do you think that they're gonna end up actually doing a flashback here or like something within the couple episodes where it shows Ace?
Oh. Well, because like in the anime, they dedicated like a whole like 4 episodes in a row to like these kind of backstories.
But
And that,
that was late. But that was later.
yeah,
And I like that better. I don't need all this like I didn't need to have you like me see Zoro or whatever because that happens like hundreds of episodes later.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like so now we know Zoro more as like this wanted bounty hunter, and he just killed a man, like killed him in half and whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like the first time we meet him, he's known as this pirate hunter, this bounty hunter, but he was able to do something like very heartwarming.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It shows what they know about the characters, how they view them.
Also, did you just see what Luffy just did recently after he fell?
What would he do?
Um maybe I'm looking too much into this, but I don't really think I am. He was hanging off the mast and then he fell. His hat came off, and when he was putting on his hat, you know what he did? He put the oh my god, see they changed it. He he ended up putting the string behind his head before he put on his hat.
Oh, and it just flew away. But what? He has a strap. Why is it flying away?
And then so he was like hanging all the way at the mast, and then he came back to Nami, and then it cut to then you saw the string under his chin.
Oh, so they just artificially made that happen.
So I'm just like, we saw him put it behind his head. How did it suddenly get that way? But then his hat flew off. So it's like, oh, how does that even happen? Why do you? This is the thing I don't understand. Why did you not wait before he got the string for his hat? Like, it's not like you're actually on the water right now.
Maybe I think it's just cause for the actor. I think they literally did it just for the actor.
Like, literally,
But they
you know
forget,
that
like,
they're
yeah, they actually interpret that later into the anime, like that they actually thought about that he's gonna need a strap, and that's why one of his friends makes it for him. But in this one, there's like, oh yeah, the hat might fly away at some points when you're doing their stunts, so let's just put the strap on now.
like honestly, like you realize that there are other ways for like for like him to keep that hat on. That well, once again, this is creative. This is costuming. How can we have his hat stay on him without showing his string yet because he doesn't have his string? Like these are the things that you could be thinking of.
And they have their more iconic outfits on now, I think. Zoro and
Yeah.
Nami, but for some reason Luffy doesn't.
Oh,
He looks like he has like his child outfit on when he was a kid.
oh, I like this. They're showing the map now.
One Piece.
The One Piece.
Oh, Zoro doesn't have his outfit. Okay, well, not a big deal. Hmm. Was that who did that? Was that Buggy? Uh oh, it is Buggy. Oh, okay. That's a neat title card.
All right, that's pretty
I
good.
was expecting that. I don't remember him swallowing the damn thing.
Yeah, I don't remember him doing that either.
Again, this is like very very like starter thing from the anime, so that must just be our memory.
It's
Fuck.
so close. Mario.
I'll just go back to sleep.
I'm see this is like the 1% type of reaction from this show because it's like a fan thing. It's like I'm so sorry, but it's like it's starting to get really irritating that he has the string now.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Like there's like if you actually watch the show like through a couple hundred episodes, you would understand how important that hat is to him. And not only that, like you learn as the viewer, you don't know that initially. You learn how important that hat is to him because he's always grabbing it with his hand. He's always chasing after it when it falls off his head.
Yeah, they make it
Or
a big obvious point.
he's always holding it when he's hanging upside down or something, like all that stuff. Like it's literally like a progression thing when he gets that string. And on top of that, it's like it's just it's irritating me. I'm irritated.
It's almost like Nami's mentioning more about her background more than Luffy's mentioning his hat,
Yeah.
which she also does, but they're all crying like, yes! Oh my god, he's here.
Yeah. See, that's something that Luffy would do.
uh so they kept that bit in. They're making him too serious. But he's never aware of him making those kind of puns, right? He's only aware when other people do it. Feels weird, man. I don't know how to feel about this. This feels awkward. Why are they making him so serious? He's the only one that takes himself seriously. But like, we're treating him like he's like someone to be feared. What? I wonder why she did that.
Because she wasn't like devoted to them in the early episodes.
Well, I was just thinking like, why would she think that the hat would be something he reach out for? Like, but maybe it's just maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Because
Also, she did not get away. What the hell?
Because in the early episodes, like she was able to see that how much Luffy cared about his hat because he didn't have a string.
Yeah, but they didn't show that here.
I know, and they should have.
At least maybe not enough. They did one thing, but that's like, oh yeah, his hat was blowing away. Like,
yeah.
Mugiwara. Hey, we're back with Kobe already? Wow. Wow, are they about to get like?
See, like that's what he looked like. That's what his hairstyle looked like in the very first episode.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have it cut immediately like that. And I don't know that we saw Garp this early. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mario.
Hmm.
This was a flashback in the show.
Oh, was it?
And you know when it happened? Like hundreds and hundreds of episodes later. But they're showing it now.
I mean,
because this is when Garp goes ahead and recruits uh Kobe,
Right.
and he's gonna talk to them right now.
I guess they just want to skip all the parts where Kobe, like, I mean, they
But
skipped a
this
very big thing for him, right?
but like, even without like completely skipping stuff, like this is what I'm saying, that I think I'm understanding now, is that they want everything to happen in like canonical order. So like there's very little flashbacks. You're supposed to like know what's happening in the world like all at the same time. Instead of like in like,
Learn it later.
yeah, instead of learning it later through like a flashback or something.
Trading lives for a handful of berry. Isn't that something you would do? It's kind of hard to tell if he's being genuine with that or he's just being like
I
quippy.
mean, Luffy's always hungry. I just don't know if he actually like is saying it. Like I don't know which way he's saying it right now.
I mean, modern movies have tainted the way we see comedy. Okay, we're gonna get some exposition here. No, and he would know that hat.
Mhm.
Yeah. Make it sound like trauma. I don't know, man. They never made it sound like trauma in the anime.
I mean, he was angry
Yeah,
in
he's
the
just angry,
anime.
but he was like comically angry.
I'm
Not
surprised
like
because they
I don't know.
I'm surprised because they haven't even shown like what happened to Shanks um when he went to
Uh,
go save Luffy.
yeah, not yet. I guess. Just weird. I think he always just saw him as like he's just comically angry. Like, yeah, he was betrayed, but like more so like now he's just my enemy kind of thing.
What's funny though
But now
too
they make it
is
sound
that
like I've been lost ever since without Shanks.
Yeah, yeah, but you know why he's like making it sound like he's like angry or something like that? Is because when he starts yelling and everything, he gets really raspy and high pitched. And guess what that sounds like? That sounds like the actual
The character.
like voice from the anime. Because the voice from the anime is like has that raspiness and high pitched bit and stuff like that, if you remember.
Yeah, maybe they are taking. Maybe they're taking this from the English adaptation. The dub instead of the sub.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, that's like you did the sub.
Yeah, so maybe I ought to watch that then.
Because that's what I'm noticing is that like he only starts really sounding like the anime, obviously the dub of course, when he's like when he's loud and it sounds angry, but it's like I'm like, maybe that's why they did it. Gosh, what the heck?
Oh no, I killed them. Well, that looks odd. Oh, that looks really odd.
It's kind of cool.
He just knocks him out again. All right, we're just gonna go in circles here, I guess.
Like, oh, all right.
That was his normal voice. That sounded good.
Don't even bother with like trying to be like whatever you think Zoro's supposed to be.
They did fight. I don't remember that.
Uh,
Oh yeah. All this stopping, not doing anything.
or like, you want to get really close and just talk a little bit.
Just want to talk a little bit.
And somehow that's gonna make it feel like, oh wow, that's an intense moment. Like, what the heck? What's going on?
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Bitter, 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 bitter. Why'd they have to make it gross like that? We wouldn't have this conflict. We wouldn't have this conflict if they just showed what happened back in that first place they went to. Was it like Sixth Town? What was the name?
I feel like a good flashback would have been in order.
They just cut that whole part out.
Apparently, no one wants to go ahead and give flashbacks in this show.
You know what I'm talking about, right? When like they pretend to have like that fake fight, so Kobe looks like he's not involved.
But yeah, like
that's not in here.
Yeah, like someone farted or something.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't get this, man. I said like there was never like this kind of conflict in the fucking show.
It wasn't.
This is Netflix, so we have to have this kind of weird ass melodrama.
It was Netflix, damn it. Netflix, I tell you.
How did Oda oversee this and like, yeah, that's a good way to tackle the story?
I think I know what's going on here.
Either they didn't show him everything that they had, or Oda was not doing a good job vetting what they were doing.
Mario.
What?
I'm getting tired.
I tell you, man.
Come on.
Netflix ruins everything they touch. It's not ruined, but they ruined this live action possibility, I guess.
Ruined, I said ruined.
Well, now we're gonna get something that we should have gone into like the first 20 minutes of the show.
Dang.
This little shit?
Penis I'm messing around with?
That laugh.
I like the goggles and I like the smile.
Yeah, I do love that character.
Like
that cast was great.
Like that's good casting and that's good costume work. Like and plus he's like also eating. Like it's just
They didn't have a big fight, did they?
They what?
They didn't have a big fight when they were first introduced to show off their skills and stuff.
Not really, no. You don't really know until later.
Yeah.
And at that point it's like almost like by the time Shanks saves Luffy that you finally just like see the tail end of it. Or the tail end of everything.
Now, yeah, he should be gone.
Yep, see, here we go. Oh, all right.
Oh, now we're back to the okay.
But
weird
see,
way,
like,
weird. Weird way they're doing this.
And you know what would have been really lovely, Mario? If they used the same like audio from the actual show. Like
For
when they always do like flashback audio, how they do the piano keys where it's like do 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 do, and they like it like takes them
oh,
back and everything.
I know exactly the melody you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They did play that one song that Brooke sings a lot. Um, they do that. They done that.
What do you mean?
The yeah,
In this show?
they already did it in the first episode.
I didn't even hear it.
It was just like
Dang.
background music when they were like at the bar, I think.
Wow, I literally missed it.
That was funny.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Why not?
See, that's like the show. Ow! Damn it!
I feel like that's props to the actor. What was that? I gotta say, Gino, well, why are they making this thing with Buggy? Like Buggy's so like he sounds so sad.
I mean,
He wasn't like that, right? I thought like literally
in the
everything he did
beginning,
was more anger rather than like trauma.
in the beginning, it's like a mix of like anger and sadness and everything like that. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
get really good until later on, but like in the very beginning, it's like that's how like you're greeted with him.
I only remember from later parts.
It's a little. I feel like they like push on it a little bit too much in this, but it's maybe they end up did watching like the a little bit, and then like that's kind of what they had thought of a little bit for.
All right. All
I
right,
don't
guys.
remember.
You should get this shot pretty good because you're gonna show it like 10 times in the whole anime, over and over again.
Now I remember this scene. I remember this scene. I remember this clip.
The trailers.
No, like from the anime. Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay, okay. I was like, you better be showing this. Uh,
well, now they're on the boat.
oh shoot! Damn! I swear, if you. All right, see, I like what they did with the Sea King.
It looks very good.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta just put the work in for it.
Okay.
See, what I was gonna say though, but I didn't want to interrupt it because I thought that was pretty cool with the Sea King. But they better not like literally do like a one shot where it's like you're deliberately looking at Shanks's arm because you never see it in the show.
Right. I mean, it's not revealed.
You only see the sleeve. You see the sleeve, but that's it. It's not like that guy that Zoro killed where it's like you saw
Yeah.
the guy's freaking like spine.
Well, see, they do show a sleeve.
bunch of ketchup on it, but all right, that's good. That's good. I approve.
I don't know. I felt like there was something lacking. But
Yeah, I
because
mean, it
first of
was,
all, they were in the water when he got bit, and that was
yeah,
because he had to like. It was like almost
they're
like
not
last second he went after Luffy.
they're not in the boat, and Luffy doesn't find out until they reach shore because you can't see it because of the water.
No, he sees it when he's in the water.
Oh, does he? I don't.
Yeah,
I,
he just like looks at him
uh,
and it reveals it. But the fact that they were like safe on the boat and Shanks had a time to be like, "Oh my god, it's a big sea king," and still did nothing. It's kind of weird. Okay, just spell it out like that. Sure. Fuck.
like, like literally, they gotta like make this quick.
But now I've had my arc. Like what?
You barely know me as a character, but now I'm devoted.
Weird that they took this route because he almost immediately joins Luffy like right away, right? Like he tells his dream to Luffy. And
He joins Luffy literally like right after he's out of the stockade.
yeah, I mean, he kind of saw that he can fight and he knows what his
Also,
ambition is. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna join him.
also Nami is like annoying and literally backstabs them at every single turn.
Yeah, he
So
shouldn't
it's
even be
just
with
like
them.
literally, she's
He's
not. She's not. You know where she is during all this in like the couple few episodes. She's actually in the town,
yeah.
literally in the town, and yeah, like see, none of this is.
Oh god. Oh god.
Even part of the plan. You were in the town stealing a whole chest of coins of
You
berries.
shouldn't even be here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But since we are here now, I guess we just have to deal with it.
How fast are you trying to get through everything? Like, are you trying to? Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to like turn like over 1,000 episodes into like only 2 seasons?
Yeah, right. I guess season 2 is gonna be like where Frankie and Robin join in because I'm pretty sure they don't join in this season.
They better not. They shouldn't join. Honestly, as much as it's sad to say, they should not join in until like 5 seasons from now,
Well,
at
no,
least.
they are gonna get to Skypiea.
They shouldn't be in Skypiea until like literally season 3.
Every major arc should have one season.
There you go. That would be perfect. I'd be okay with that. That is a nice touch, though, how he holds the knives, because that's exactly how he holds the knives in the show. So it's like I enjoy that. See, once again, it's the little things.
He's just.
Oh wow, you actually finally show that there's damage to the hat.
Well, I think it does get damaged a little bit, right? In the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Like I think it gets like stabbed once, doesn't it?
Like
I
they
think that's
showed
all that ever
holes.
happens.
They show holes in it.
I guess you can still stab him.
You can still cause him pain. Yeah, see? Finally. Okay.
What's weird is that like they do make like some weird filler stuff, but we still get the same things that happen in the show. He does the bazooka, and they trap all his body parts in like a thing. Isn't that weird?
You know,
It's just it's
I want to
odd.
do. I want to do a little. Be a little creative. You know, I want to do a creative.
I don't want to make
thing
anybody
here.
upset by changing the show.
But also, and I was just about to say this. Funny how they like turn all the lights on now. But what I was gonna say,
I thought they were all gone.
no, like literally what I was about to say was I was just like, oh, do you remember from episode 1 when I said of why they like made the dark look the way that it did?
You're right.
Like he did all the fighting, and where was it? In the dark.
I didn't realize it was in the dark, but yeah, that's a good thing to point out.
He did it all in the dark because that's less visual effects they have to do for him.
Did he reprimand that guy?
Yeah.
Huh. This is weird.
You don't see this until
Like
so many episodes later.
the weird fisheye shot was weird.
Yeah.
Dog.
That sounded like such like a lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
Food.
see at the end of this, Nami had like a whole like she took all the uh he takes the whole thing.
You should take the whole thing.
See in the same thing, but in the episode, Nami takes like all the berries from the town.
Maybe they'll show it right now as like a funny gag. Now we're back here again.
If they are doing flashbacks like this, then why?
It feels they should. I mean, I guess they don't want to dedicate a whole episode to it because I think it'll turn people off. But
But they never did like a whole episode of. Well, I take that back. They have done episodes where it was just a bunch of flashbacks, and it took so long for them to get through the arc. But like, I feel like they do it like so unevenly And I feel like that flashback of like Zoro still has me kind of in a knot. String on it.
He does say all these things, but now it's weird that it's more touchy feely moment.
Uh,
I'll see, she's fixing it.
yeah, see?
But the
Like,
straps already there.
I was just about to say, this is why this does, like, why?
You're gonna include this anyways. Why?
Like,
It's not.
part of
It's not
part
only.
of
Oh, go ahead.
part of what Luffy was like, how you saw Luffy was him always having a hand on his hat.
Yeah.
Now that isn't a thing. So half the image of the character is gone.
It's like the whole point of her like fixing the hat. Like it's one thing to fix the hat. It's another thing for her to add something to it, like the straps. That way he never loses the hat.
And then you start seeing, like, instead of like her so many times, because you see her so many times fix the hat for him, she is finally like, here, so you don't have to hang on to it or hold it or whatever. And like then he gets the string. All right, are you gonna show it?
Probably sure. Yeah, the loot.
Show it. All right, then show it.
Hmm.
What are you showing? Ah, gotcha. Your Bluetooth thing.
That's weird.
They're jumping like 40 episodes ahead by doing this.
Right, because she's like contact the Arlong or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember them having that kind of technology.
Yeah. It wasn't
Like an earpiece Bluetooth snail thing.
it wasn't. It didn't look like that from what I remember. But like literally, they're jumping like 40 episodes ahead because somehow like she's just like somewhat committed to being on the team,
I mean,
being on the crew.
Yeah, what's the next stop going to be now?
Like they're really, oh my god, if there's no way, but if they actually get to Arlong within just like 2 releases of them releasing like, oh, here's a full 8 episodes, and then oh, here's another full 8 episodes, and they've already gotten to Arlong, like, I mean, like, is that why they already like shot that stuff for Skypiea?
I guess so. It might be the finale. I mean, they showed Skypiea and then like the boss of Skypiea, the boss fight of that place.
And you know how long of an arc Skypiea was, because they were like seeing like the ancient civilization, and then like there was like the whole race thing or whatever or something.
Oh, the what? The race?
Yeah, because it was like the regular like angels and then the natives and
Oh, I thought you meant like a race start to finish, not like a racial thing.
yeah, no, they didn't
Yeah,
like each
I
other,
remember
and
that.
like Skypiea took so long.
But that's why it's like I don't understand why they're making these shortcuts when they have to make all these like
Why are you? This is
episodes
like
to really like flesh out the material.
literally like how am I supposed to be invested if you don't give me enough time for me to invest? Why?
I didn't like going through all those episodes. Okay, I did think that like One Piece had like so much fucking filler for like everything. It's like, but I get it. They have to lay out the entire story. Okay, they could have maybe made it like 30, 40 episodes less, because some of these things were just repeats and repeating animations and whatnot, and same exposition being told over and over and over again.
Or like so many times when they like do a flashback or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, I get what you guys are going for.
It's like there is a lot of that, especially in um the arc for um not Thriller Bark. It's like after Thriller Bark.
After
Like
Thriller Bark,
or like for the prison, when there's the war,
Impel Down.
Impel Down, and then when they're going up again, like they rehash it so many times, and they add like little conversations here and there to a thing. But to your point, there's a reason why we have so many episodes, because you get that investment. You then get that thing where it's like, you know, Dragon Ball, for instance, it's like, oh man, Goku is gonna do it, but the interesting thing of why you keep watching is because you want to see how he does it.
Yeah.
Well, for One Piece, it's like you don't really know, and it's like every time it's like it's brought in a different way, where it's like it's not that someone's gonna die, it's that someone is gonna lose something precious to them, but like you feel for them because of how many episodes it is. You're so invested in it. You're skipping through this like you're going ahead and you're like, you're gulping down your Mountain Dew, and it's just like,
Yeah,
oh my.
it does feel like they're really like shotgunning all the things that we've come to learn about One Piece. But it's almost like you have to earn that by watching through all the episodes. But with this, it's almost like they're putting it in there so that way, like, it's as if they're going to be critiqued by the people watching. It's like, oh well, you forgot that happens. Like, well, yeah, but that happens later. Like, I don't know why you're inputting it now as if you're trying to cover your ass, like you don't know the story or something.
Like I'm not gonna get invested in it. I mean, like, granted, like it's kind of hard to say when it's like I'm already well. I mean, for this specific live action compared to, it's like, of course, it's like I'm a fan of the show, so it's like I am invested. But for someone who's like hasn't gone through it, like, you're not giving enough time to go ahead and get that investment. I'm not gonna care what happens because you haven't given me a reason to care. I don't know these characters. I don't know what they've been through, what they've gone through, other stuff. Like it's like we didn't even have like those like moments where it's like literally in the first 40 episodes, you were like made to go ahead and like despise Nami because she was always backstabbing
Yeah.
Luffy and Zoro. And at the end of when the credits rolled at the end of the episode, like, you knew eventually his crew was gonna grow, but at the end of the episode, it was literally just Zoro and Luffy, just like, it was like the silhouettes of them like looking at the water or something like that, and they're like their tiny little boat, and it was just them two for a long bit, and Nami kept on backstabbing them every single time and stealing from them every single time, and it was almost like Nami was like their own like first little boss or like their first little enemy or something like that. And that's not even
they
that.
haven't done that because I think she only does that when it's Zoro and Luffy. Like, she just
Like,
gets a boat and steals all their stuff, and she just sails away. And then eventually they'll meet up with her.
To a point that you made earlier, which was in the episode before this, of you asking like, hey, are we ever gonna see Nami get like really incredibly angry that they didn't do something, and then she pounds their heads or something like that. It's like, go back and get me all those berries. Like, how could you miss out on all that money? We don't see any of that because Nami is never angry. Nami is never meant to be.
She's like passive aggressive almost. It's kind of weird. It's not like her.
You had to make her the antagonist, and you haven't. She's somehow joined the crew without joining the crew, and then it's like, I'm missing out of what used to be very, I used to watch the end credits of all the early episodes of One Piece because of how it showed, who was in the crew. That's how you knew who was in the crew, because it was just the silhouettes of, like I said, Luffy and Zoro, and then eventually went to Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, and then eventually went to Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Sanji. But that took a while, and Nami was the original antagonist, and you're not showing it here. That takes out a huge part of the original 100 episodes.
And the thing is, now we still have to get Usopp and Sanji.
Yeah.
Wait, we get those two before we ever get to the Arlong arc, right?
We have,
I believe so. I thought they were all four of them were there. Like the four boys that showed up so that way they can help Nami. So we still have like a ways to go before we even get like to the major antagonist for one of our characters.
See, and it's so funny because it's like, it's been so long that now it's like so hard to remember, like, were they actually there or not. If I had to guess, it's like, I would guess that it was just Usopp, but I can't say that because technically Sanji is before Usopp.
No, he's not.
Oh wait, is he not?
No, I think next they're gonna go to Usopp, and that whole story happens.
No,
and they go to Sanji. Because when they fought Arlong, all four of them were there. The four boys were there and the crew. Yeah. Because I remember that, like, they had that one walk, like, after like Nami came to Luffy and asked him for help. Then Luffy did like his like walk, and it was like, all right, guys, let's go. And it was all four of them there, and they went to go face Arlong.
Yeah,
I remember that. Like that's one of those arcs that I remember. I don't remember the very very beginning stuff, but so yeah, that still leaves room for Nami to do stuff. But I think at this point, like, she would like accepted being a navigator until she got back to her hometown. Because I think right now she's just trying to collect berries so that way she can pay off her debt, right?
Right. But we get Usopp first, and then we get Sanji.
Yeah.
So oh man, I'm trying to remember.
I wonder how Usopp's gonna play into this, because he is the comedic relief of the crew. Maybe that's what we need, because right now everybody's being taken too seriously.
I think no, you're right. You're right. When they get to Arlong, it's Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, and then and Usopp.
Yeah, so they have to all be there.
So they are all there. I don't know why I didn't remember all.
I wonder how they're gonna tackle Nami's story, because Nami's story was one of those ones where it took like so long to explain. They had all those flashbacks to like when she was a kid and stuff. I wonder how long that's gonna take. How much they're gonna shorten that. Well, I actually can't wait to watch, because I kind of want to see this shit show.
Like, and that's the thing, is that's why I was saying, I was like, that was the whole thing about like me being like, now it's like you have to redeem me. You literally have to get me to be like, how are you going to get me with this? And I just
listen, they're walking a fine line right now. The only reason anybody watches the show is because it is One Piece. That's the only reason why people are watching this live action, and why they're giving it a chance.
Because otherwise, it's like I might as well go ahead and have just went to a separate room and started to see if I could fart my ABCs.
Yeah, man, that's what feels really gross about this, right? It's like the only reason why people are watching this is because it's One Piece, but not because of your original like artistic vision or whatever. It's only because it's One Piece and it's live action. But it's really just nostalgia, so we can go through all this again and see like, oh, he's doing the gum pistol. Oh my god, they're doing all the key moments of the show. How are they gonna interpret it? I was like, I think we all know it's gonna be bad.
Nobody is literally thinking that like you man, I don't know. It's so it's so hard right now. It's so hard. Because it's just like I don't know. I don't know. But it good lord, is it
That's
hard.
all you need to say, really.
Like, oh my gosh.
You're just so conflicted.